If I were to describe how I feel in 2022, how I have felt in a few short sentences, I'd say I feel like Dorothy Gale from Kansas, who was living a normal life and was picked up by a crazy hurricane, tornado, and placed into the land of Oz. And the land of Oz is a strange place. There's a war going on, tons of warlocks, tons of witches, tons of evil, depressing, horrendous, horrific, not very nice looking at first. And, this is pretty much how I am feeling, like Dorothy in the Oz. 2022 has been very, very strange, scary, horrific year for me. At times I thought that that's it, life is destroyed, over. But you know what, at the end, there's a little ray of hope, ray of light, and there's a new hope. And I would like to share my personal story of the results of this year. Thank you. Howdy, everyone. My name is Konstantin, and welcome to Inside Russia, where I give you daily updates, news, opinions, my views and angles on things happening in Russia. Usual Russia explained by the unusual Russian. This is the last day of the year, because here in Tashkent it's already December 31st. And I would like to thank you very much for coming, to give me a chance to tell my story, to listen to me. Thank you. Before I start, I want to say that you're fantastic. You're one of the reasons that I have felt better this year. And I'm very grateful that you are in this community. Well, I remember December 30th of 2021, 1 year ago. I was in Rostov-on-Don, and I remember the day quite well because I was running around buying food for a following day's holiday table, celebration of New Year. And that was my only concern. I didn't want to stand in lines, because there are tons of lines on the 31st of December in Russia. Anywhere you go, people rush in to buy things at the very last minute. I will usually do my shopping a day before. I filmed and I made a video about that. It's still out there on YouTube, and we had a nice live stream, 6-hour celebration from my house in Rostov. My YouTube channel was at whooping 5,000 subscribers, and at times I had record high live streams, where 80 people would be watching simultaneously. Celebration of 2022, coming of 2022, was filled with hopes for the upcoming year, and we were thinking, well, it's got to be a better year, because we had 3 really bad years. The 2022 finally will bring us a break from all this bad stuff that happened to us. Oh, we hoped so much for this year. Turned out to be the worst year in Russia's history, I think. Well, on February 24th, Russia attacked Ukraine and started Russian-Ukrainian war. I'm not going to be talking much about that. If you follow my streams, that's what I talk about daily. Basically giving you this event at different angles. First couple days was shock. I could not believe, because weeks before, I had been running around and making videos and live streams on YouTube saying that, hey, Russia would never do that. Amassing troops at the Ukrainian border, well, Russia has a right to do that because it's our territory. We can amass troops anywhere we want to. Just exercises. And I honestly, sincerely thought I was flexing muscles. to get some kind of preferences at the geopolitical negotiations. That's it, plain and simple. Turned out to be that Russia did really plan to attack Ukraine. I made a fool out of myself. I really regret saying what I said. I am very sorry about that. I do not hide. I do not delete anything from YouTube. It's out there for everyone to see how foolish I was. And it taught me a lesson. It taught me never to be sure of anything. I was 100% sure that Russia would never attack its brothers, sisters, the closest neighbor, Ukraine. And voila, it's the bloodiest war Russia has had since World War II, you know. Anyway, first days brought shock. They brought sharp pain. My heart was bleeding. I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know where to run. I didn't know what to say. The only thing I decided for myself is that I would be heard. I would make myself loud and clear about the position. Made a video on the day one, right after I watched Putin, and I saw rockets flying. I made a video about 10 minutes, and I basically said everything I felt at the time. Video is still out there, but it's not in public because, you know, I named things that after the new laws were created in Russia, and for those things, they would put me to prison. I also decided to stream daily until this war is over. I've been doing that ever since. I've done over 300 streams in 2022. Looking back, those first days were pain. First sharp pain. My heart was bleeding. You know, I spent over a year in Ukraine. I worked with Ukrainian companies. I helped create business there. I know so many Ukrainians. They're my friends. And my mom is half Ukrainian. Her maiden name is Ukrainian. Just knowing that Russia is attacking Ukraine is absolutely horrific. So my heart was bleeding. Couple weeks, the pain became dull instead of sharp. And a couple more months, it became less potent, so to speak, less strong, weaker, but it was like it morphed into, I'd say, feeling somewhat like depression. It's always here up to this day, up to this minute. I always feel something heavy, something black inside of me. Well, there's nothing around it. There's nothing I can do about it. I decided to make myself heard every single day. I decided to say how things are in Russia. And on February 27th, I think, all of a sudden during the stream, it was a hectic stream. I didn't know what to say. I was just sitting, I would sit in front of the camera and I would just be speaking to the camera of how I was feeling, what I was seeing going on around me, okay? All of a sudden I had this urge to pray. And I started praying. I had never prayed publicly before. Praying had always been to me very private, very private thing that I would never show. I always hid it. And all of a sudden, I started praying in front of the camera. And again, I had this urge. I think it was from God. I've prayed in every single stream ever since. And I can't say I like it. It's not a matter of liking. It's a matter of necessity. And it's a matter of feeling right. Something that I'm doing right. And I just cannot not pray, okay? I started, well, basically, when this tragedy started happening in February, as an economist, I foresaw big trouble in Russia. As a guy, I hope, with common sense and with logic, I also saw big troubles for Russia as a country. And then as economist, I saw the troubles for Russian economy. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. See, economics is not really complicated thing. Economics, it's all about actions. You have one action by government, by a large company, by nature, different kind of actions. And there's a reaction. War is definitely one of those actions. And lots of forces at work, and it's a complicated picture, but it's not magic. Something happens, you know what's going to be the result in 6 months and 3 months and in like 2 years. The only uncertain thing is the extent of the reaction, the extent of the result. You don't know how big of the action will be, okay? Basically, at first, I thought that Russia was going to be hit, like Russian economy was going to be hit by tsunami, economic tsunami. And it was going to be hit in early fall. But then Russia, what happened, instead of somehow trying to make things better, somehow to rectify the situation, to reach an agreement with Ukraine, Russia started escalating. And it became Russia versus the world. Okay, instead of us government telling us, "Oh, we are denazifying Ukraine, demilitarizing Ukraine." At first, it was Ukraine. Later, it turned into, "Oh, it's us against the world. World wants us destroyed." Okay, and I mean it's pretty clear that Russia is very dependent on other countries' economies, trade, international trade, and if it's cut off from international trade, Russia's basically fudged. And I downgraded the forecast from tsunami hitting Russia to a complete landslide demise of the economy. Again, I'm not going to be telling you the details. I'm trying to give you the big picture. And I've been witnessing the demise of Russian economy, actually. And I've made tons of streams about that, gave you forecasts, gave you opinions of other people, gave you facts, figures, numbers, and so forth numerous times. And basically, I've been witnessing this incredible, the biggest transition of Russia from Russia to some other state in the history of the country. And I've been trying to document it. I've been trying to give you the information every day. Well, my mood was sliding. It was becoming worse and worse. Not just mine, but in general. The mood of all people around me, my wife, my family, friends, society in general. People, they were never enthusiastic about Russia attacking Ukraine. But some people say, well, you know what, that we were forced, blah, blah, blah. They basically were eating Russia's propaganda, Russian government's propaganda. But then, even them, the mood started deteriorating big time. Economy started slowing down. Russia started getting hit by Ukrainian forces and, was being thrown back. In Russia, it's called regrouping, fast regrouping. And no one really understood what was going on, but we all understood that Russian military is not, it's not the kind of military that it had been portrayed to us. It's completely different. It's not as strong and so forth, and that's... Killings in Ukraine kept on happening. Russia started bombing Ukraine infrastructure. It's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. So the mood was pretty bad. And at times, I felt like my life wasn't going anywhere. I always had a plan for my life. I like planning. I like seeing, having vision. I like having a picture in my mind. And all of a sudden, this summer, this picture was gone. I didn't really know. I felt like I'm just a little speck in the ocean with huge waves, and they just, pulling me back and forth. And I had no control whatsoever. It's a pretty terrible feeling, let me tell you. Entire life was changing. I understood on February 24th that I was going to lose job, because we're all gonna lose jobs. I understood that infrastructure projects, power stations that we have been constructing for decades, is going to stop. No one believed me in Russia, but saying, "Hey, of course everything's gonna be the same. Though things will continue." My God, don't tell me that. So anyway, I did lose my job in October. Company is not doing that grand at all in Russia, hanging by its teeth. Lots of people have been laid off. Lots of people have been sent home, and their work week has been cut to 2 days. Therefore, their salary has been cut by like 75%. And it's just not our company. It's everyone. Everyone. Lots of companies in Russia have been hit. This is a landslide. The economic landslide, the demise is happening right now. It's been admitted by prominent economists in Russia. And then in the last couple of weeks, there have been quite a few bad forecasts. And they're not hiding the truth anymore. They're not trying to mask up the picture. They start saying it as it is, saying that we are fudged. Surprise, surprise, and I don't understand Russians who all of a sudden wake up and they say, "Oh, why? What's happening?" It was absolutely clear on February 24th. This day would come. But anyway, the future in Russia was absolutely unclear for me. My personal future, my future of my family, my kids. I didn't know where the country was going. I had hopes that Russian government would end the bloodshed in Ukraine soon. It didn't. It kept on escalating. It kept on pushing, and I kind of started losing understanding of what's happening. Because I rely on common sense, and things did not, I couldn't explain them from the point of view of common sense. Summer went by. We spent summer in Rostov. I was working remotely. Was not really a happy summer. Depression, probably the best word, how I describe it. It's like someone has been turning down more and more the colors in your life, and the picture would become more and more black and white or gray. The worst part was we didn't understand where it was leading to and how when it's gonna end. Then the threats of Russian politicians started threatening Ukraine of using tactical nuclear weapons. It's like, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you saying? That didn't help. And then something happened. Something real big happened. On September 21st, 2022, Vladimir Putin, despite the fact that he openly promised us that there would be no mobilization and Russia had an adequate army with professional military personnel fighting in Ukraine, and all goals would be reached by professional personnel. He announced, despite that, he kind of forgot about his promise in March, and on September 21st, 2022, he announced mobilization. They called it partial mobilization on TV, but his executive order, presidential order, did not say partial. It said mobilization. So that event kind of split the year into two parts for me. The first part was before, and the second has been after. I said many times in my streams that leaving Russia would be a personal tragedy for me. I spent 9 years in the United States of America, and I had a nice life there. But I love Russia. I loved Russia so much that I decided to make a conscious decision to return and live in Russia because I missed my family, my mom and dad, because I missed Russian culture, Russian language. It was just a home for me, you know. Although everything was fine in America, I had a family, I had good career, I was making money. Still, I decided to go back to Russia. That was very personal experience. Okay, and I was saying all along that hey, I love Russia. I like to live here. I like this to end. I like Russia to be democratic. And you know, if I would leave Russia, that'd be a very personal tragedy. Well, guess what happened? All of a sudden, I was in front of this. I was at the crossroad whether to stay in Russia and being at risk of someone knocking on your door and grabbing you, or catching you on the street at the store or at the government organization, basically, and grabbing you and sending you to a mobilization center, giving you a gun, giving you the order, which you kind of can't ignore, you know, because they would try you for treason and send you to Ukraine to kill Ukrainians. As many Ukrainians as you can kill. I wouldn't do that. I'd rather go to prison for treason, for like not disobeying orders, whatever. But I would never take a gun and go shoot. I still consider Ukrainians my brothers and sisters. And latest days, they have proven this to me. I would never kill them. So the decision was whether to stay and get immobilized and thrown to jail, and that would happen sooner or later, or leave in Russia. And I decided to leave Russia on September 27th. I decided on the 25th. I had 36 hours to get ready. Boy, I'll never forget this day. Those 36 hours. It's like burning the bridges, you know, leaving everything behind, everything you had worked for. Feelings. I made streams about that. Okay, it's really hard to explain. I wish that none of you goes through this experience in your lives. This is just one of the most tragic experiences for me. So I left Russia. The only place I could think of was Uzbekistan. Why Uzbekistan? Well, because historically, Uzbekistan is the place where I have friends, where I spent 2 years. I know Uzbekistan, and it just happened to be that our company might possibly develop the market of Uzbekistan, the energy market. I spent entire months of March, and I will tell you why right now. Basically, I told everyone many times in the streams that I was on business trip. I don't lie in my streams and in my videos and in life. If I don't want to say something, I'd rather like not speak about that, ignore it, but I wouldn't lie. There are two reasons I spent month of April in Uzbekistan. First is I really was at the business trip. But the second reason I did not tell many people until recently was not really safe. I was approached in March, late March. I was approached by a reporter from the Irish TV channel called RT1, and he asked me to do an interview about what was happening in Russia because he saw my YouTube channel, and I said okay. It was first interview in my life. And basically, we had a Zoom call. We had a conversation. It was pretty cool. And I was pretty harsh in what I said. And I thought it was just they were going to air some quotes from it or whatever. But they turned out to they turned out to take my video recording, and they created a piece of 6 minutes on me, like a report in their prime time news, 9 p.m. for the entire island, and they put a visual of different events, and they put my words over those visuals, and it was live. As I was watching it, it was such a strong message they made, because the guys are great. I mean, they're like professional TV stuff, So what I said was multiplied in strength by like 100 times, and I was watching that, and my palms was sweating, and my knees were weak for the first time in my life. I spent that night just getting things in order because I was afraid that someone would knock on my door. And next morning, I called my boss and I told him, "Hey, listen, if they arrest me, please, I'm sorry, I won't be able to work." And he said, "Just get out as soon as you can." So I got out, I went to Uzbekistan, and it just happened that we were looking at Uzbekistan from a business point of view, because we understood in February that Russian market was imploding. And we had to, in order to survive, we had to develop other markets. So we've been pretty strong in Kazakh market, in Ukrainian market, and Uzbekistan was undeveloped. So basically, I was doing market development, market research in the entire months of April, meeting people, speaking, kind of preparing the foundation for the company to come here. So I was not lying when I was telling you I was on business trip. Yes, I was paid for doing the work here. And I decided to leave to Uzbekistan in September. In October, I lost my job. Not because I left, but because it was clear in February that many of us would lose jobs. But then I was offered opportunity to try to develop market of Uzbekistan. I'm not getting paid for it, but there's a potentially commission if we ever start working here. So that has kept me busy. I did not have any plans. Imagine just making a decision to leave your life behind, and you have 36 hours to do it. So the amount of stress is absolutely overwhelming. Knowing that they might not let you out of the country is overwhelming. A lot of you watched my streams after. A lot of you remember what I went through. It was really hard. It was devastating. First days in Uzbekistan, I was just walking around, trying not to think of anything, trying to exhale, amount of stress inside of my gut was always if someone was like tightening the knot there. I felt it physically. My family supported me. That was absolutely fantastic. Without that, I would die. If family didn't support, I'd feel absolutely alone. My mom, my wife, my kids, thank you so much. I love you so much. You, my YouTube channel's community, you have been incredible help. Without you, I would have died. And I mean it. It's very therapeutic to go on camera every day and then not to deliver a message. Delivering message is my duty. I made a promise to myself and to God on the 24th of February that I would be telling the truth about what's happening in Russia. But what happens after, when I turn on the comments, that's therapeutic. That's like being in a room full of people, good friends, chit-chatting, having beer, having coffee, having tea. I don't ever have beer, I have tea. But that kind of same thing, Imagine me having beer instead of tea. It doesn't matter, but this is therapeutic. At some days, I looked forward to the streams just for that, because I was feeling so crushed, so devastated. So thank you again. Thank you so much for being here, for giving me a chance to watch. for giving me a chance to give you the messages and conversing with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First week was, I don't even remember how it went, to be honest with you. I remember I was just walking around Tashkent, 20,000 steps, something like that, from park to park, listening to music and trying to just assess what the hell happened. At that moment, it felt like my life was over. I had worked all my life so hard to provide for my family. I never spent money foolishly. Well, when I was young, but that was a long time ago. I always tried to invest. I bought an apartment. I bought a house for my parents. We have a house in Rostov. I had been investing money into real estate, and all of a sudden, this real estate turned out it was rendered useless. It doesn't cost much anymore, and you can't really sell it. In the last few days, Russian government has been hinting us that it's gonna confiscate, take it away from us. Okay, so basically, I've written it off, and I didn't know where to go because Uzbekistan, I don't want to spend the rest of my life here. I love this place, but not as the country that I would call home. Where to go next? What to do next? What to do with my life? How to provide for my family? Well, thank goodness for YouTube, because it replaced my income, really. If it's not for YouTube, I'd be in deep trouble right now. YouTube has been my hobby. Well, it was my hobby at first, but now it's become my full-time job. And it does bring me money to support myself and my family. And again, thank you so much for viewing. Most of my money comes from ad revenue, and a good part comes from super chats and super stickers and such. From sponsorships to thank you. After about a week, 10 days, I started getting back to normal a little bit. Stress was off, and guess what started happening? Depression was setting in. I was hit so hard with this. I don't even know how to describe depression. Just the word, very strange. What I was hit with is real bad feeling, a mix of bad feeling. It's loneliness, it's hopelessness, it's uncertainty, it's just all of this. It's a cocktail of tremendously bad feelings. And again, I wish that none of you go through this. Somehow, I had an idea. I was walking on one street back and forth because my friend who I stayed with, he lived next to the street. And there is like a walking promenade and tons of cafes. And I saw people sitting just like me, because you can spot Russians here in Tashkent very easily. The way we dress, the way we handle ourselves, the way we look. Russian relicants, Russian runaways, refugees, escapees. And I saw people just sitting there drinking coffee, and I figured, hey, it'd be a good idea to invite someone for coffee. So it's not just me, but someone else. So I started reaching out people through Telegram channels. I wanted to create my own Telegram channel, but, I started, it's too complicated anyway. And I started saying, hey, if anyone wants to come over and have a coffee or tea with me or have breakfast, I am at this place every single day at 10:30, and I would love to buy you breakfast. Just to spend time together. First couple of weeks, no one responded. But then one guy showed up, another guy showed up, another guy showed up, 2 people showed up, 5 people showed up, and Tashkent Breakfast Club was born. Every single day we have been gathering in certain place every morning for breakfast, and now we're a group of friends. You are my online community who I converse on YouTube, in emails and so forth. I also have people who I see every morning. Their faces I see, and they're just like me, nice people, family man, middle aged, professionals, all kinds of walks of life, all professions, and that's also therapeutic. Um, Simply having tea, coffee, and porridge every morning, we started kind of helping one another. We started answering questions. The newcomers would come and they would join us at the club. And instead of figuring out things on their own, like we did in September, we would share our experiences and would help them to settle easier and quicker. Then I figured that we need to do something bigger than just have coffee in the mornings. The club started growing, and I started organizing lectures. Doctors would come, speak of how to take care of health. IT people would come, psychologists would come, and then explain what are the tools for self-help and so forth. And now we have this tight club of 150 plus people. Lots of people show up every morning. Lots of families. Now we have kids. This morning we have 3 6-year-old kids playing, including my son Michael. We have tons of families. And last Sunday, a very important event happened for me. First Ukrainian family joined our club. Recently, I started having the feeling that what I'm doing is not enough because I'm just doing the talk. And instead of just doing the talk, I gotta walk the walk, And in my eyes, walking the walk is bridging people together, Ukrainians and Russians, because sooner or later it needs to be done, and we'd rather start right now. First Ukraine couple came to our club. They were welcomed with open arms. They're coming tomorrow, and they're bringing another family. So there will be 4 people at the Breakfast Club from Ukraine, and it's officially Russian-Ukrainian Tashkent Breakfast Club. Besides that, I'm still feeling pretty depressed, and I think that the lowest point was about 2 weeks ago, where I just would lay down in bed and I would force myself get out of it. It's so bad. So don't think it's over and I'm happy running around here. No, it's pretty bad still, but it's getting better. For the first time in my life, you see, I've always been the leader. Leader at work, leader at school, leader among friends. I would organize people. But being leader, for the first time in my life, I've started being an activist. And that's a completely different role, and I like it very much. And I think that it gives new meaning to my life. I dedicate next year, 2023, to activism, my personal activism. I have plans not just bridging Ukrainians and Russians together, that's huge. Some other things too, and I will be taking steps to make this place a better place, to make this world a better place. The way I know, the way I can, one step at a time, one person at a time. But this is my dedication. And actually, this is the ray of light, and this is a new hope for me. I think that's one of the most important things in my life that ever happened. So 2022 has been very strange in terms of things that happened. And at first I thought my life was crushed and devastated, and it was basically end of the life that I went, the way I know it. But all of a sudden, new opportunities started appearing. And I think this is God's work. I'm pretty sure of that. And all of a sudden, I feel that there's a future in my life. There's a new future. Um, and I've met so many people over the last 3 months. I think I was just thinking today, trying to get the results on paper. I think I met more people in the last 3 months that I had met for the 10 years before that. Because my life was just a regular flow. I had a job, I would go to work, I would make business meetings, I would just reach out to companies and such. Not very exciting, I would say, just regular career job. Now it's absolutely different. I create new life by my hands. I create things that I dream of, okay, and they easily created. The Breakfast Club is one of those things. I get support from people. It seems like anything I start doing starts happening, okay, and I think this is the support from God. I think He likes what I'm doing. Um, and that's pretty good feeling. It's pretty good feeling. I will continue in 2023. I hope that year will finally bring us the end of the bloodshed in Ukraine, and I think that hopefully we will start getting connected with Ukrainians more and more. I understand that a lot of Ukrainians are so anti-Russian right now, and I can't say anything about it. If your loved ones were killed by the Russians, by rockets, by soldiers, by tanks, I don't know how you'd feel. But there are Ukrainians who are still feeling some feelings towards Russians. And, even if I'm throwing rocks at and spit at, I would still do it. Apologizing for the actions of my country and trying to go further, make one step at a time. So the results of this year have been pretty mixed, I would say. I lost everything in Russia. I lost job, I lost properties, I lost future in the country. I lost hopes that I had in Russia. I lost quite a few friends, to be honest with you, because they support the war in Ukraine. I don't. I just don't want to speak with people like that and converse with them. But I've gained a few things too. First of all, this YouTube channel has grown tremendously. In the beginning of the year, it was around 5,000 subscribers and just tiny amount of views. Now it's close to 200, and people start recognizing me on the streets. It's something I don't like very much, but it happens. It's a fact. I'd rather stay private and unnoticed, unknown. I do streams that bring so many thousands of people together. I pray, and it's hugely important to me now. I cannot not to pray. We usually a few thousand people pray, and that means that's a small stadium. That's pretty darn good. I've been interviewed by many news outlets in the world, RT1, TV Asahi, CBC, The National, Sky News Australia, and the likes. I feel that there's a future for me, and it's more exciting than the future I had before. I feel that activism pays a lot in terms of feelings you get back from doing something important. It's not just you giving out, but you getting something back, and that makes you really, really happy. It makes me happy, at least, I see the path for myself, and all I have to do is keep on showing up every day, keep on making actions, taking steps, reaching out to people, speak, and you can be sure that I will do that. I will definitely do that. I will keep on showing up every single day for the rest, for the next year, for 2023, and probably for the following years too. So, all in all, it's been a very strange year. Terrible tragedy in Ukraine, and terrible tragedy in Russia, in Russian people, because it's not just the Ukraine affected. It's Russia is even affected even more, because Ukraine, as soon as this war is over, Ukraine is going to be rebuilt. Obviously, you cannot bring, the fallen ones, the dead ones, the killed ones from back into this life, but everything else can be undone in Ukraine. It's going to be rebuilt, and it's gonna shine, and it has support of the entire world, international community. Russia, on the contrary, is isolated, and Russia does not have a bright future for itself. It's bleak. I forecast troubles, big troubles for decades, for generations, perhaps. In my life, it started out incredibly bad. It peaked to the lowest point in October and in November, and then all of a sudden it started giving me hope. So, my friends, this has been the results of 2022 for me. Very personal stream. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much for staying with me, for showing up every day, for watching my streams, for reaching out, commenting, supporting financially. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Plain and simple. And I mean it. You've been such a tremendous help. And specifically, I'd like to mention the mods. Lorna and Mommy have been with me for over 2 years now. Things happen, change. War, no war. Lorna and Mommy are always there in every single stream, in the comments. Thank you so much. Also, there were other mods: Yarn Prepper, Julie F., Bob, Robert Bates. For some reason, they helped me tremendously, and I'm thanking them very much also. For some reason, one reason or another, they're not mods any longer, and we remain friends with all of them. They're new people. Pinball Preparedness, of course. Harry Potman, Amir, Bob S., and Mike Blackhead. You are fantastic. Thank you so very much. You watch my back, plain and simple. I really appreciate your efforts, your support, your love that you're giving me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, my friends, thank you very much. That's been my story. If you want me to answer something else, or something more specific, just ask. Put your questions in caps. As usual, put inside Russia after @ so I see the large orange box and it's easier for me to see. And I'll answer. And again, it's my pleasure to have you here, and it's my pleasure to get feedbacks, to get comments, to get questions. Thank you so very much. Voila, the comments are back on. I apologize for being late, about 11 minutes. Somehow something happened to my software that I run on my telephone. It did not see the scheduled stream. I had to restart my phone, Открепить сообщение. Okay, that's good. My friends. Well, first of all, mods, thank you so much for showing up. And thank you for The usual suspects, you know who you are. There's people who, you're absolutely incredible. That's all I gotta say. Thank you so much. Um, Sean, you've been a very special person. Not just because you support me financially so much, that's huge. Thank you so much. But for our conversations and things that we have discussed, thank you very much. May our future selves look back at 2023 and realize that was the year of necessary efforts for a bright and better future for everyone. Big hugs. Thank you, Sean. You know what? I want just that. Thank you. Um, Rudy Keisley, um, negative news today. Too many. Well, please let us know if there's another way, if there's something can be done, so we continue to pray for sure. Michael Schultz, I wish you all the best, Konstantin. Thank you so much. You've been a very supportive, usual suspect. I recall your name, like in the streams. Thank you. Jason Carney, you've been the champion of the super chats, and I really appreciate financial support. YouTube, I rely on YouTube as my primary source of income. I can't complain. It brings me enough money to support and to have everything and do everything I want to do. Couple months ago, I made a decision that I want to make as much money in YouTube, to have as many views as possible, as much advertisement would bring me the revenue. Part of it I would use for myself, and part of it I would basically help others. I would do for other causes. I have done that. I have delivered. I'm supporting 2 children. One child is Ukrainian with cerebral palsy, a refugee from Ukraine. Another child is in Russia with Down syndrome. I have basically helped them with rehabilitation. I have helped couple people financially. I have helped one person to go from Russia into the United States. And, here and there, things come up, then I am very glad that I can support causes. Let's put it this way, So thank you so very much for your support. So Jason, so very much for the support. Again, thank you. I don't know what to say. Lovin Francesco. Lovin Francesco. Thank you so very much from Switzerland, I take it. 50 francs. I appreciate. Thank you. Black Cat, keep up the good work, sir. Thank you, my friend. From Hungary. From Mr. Tamas Miklos, another 43,000 forint super chat, which is 119 euros, I think. Thank you. That's also, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to thank you. That's from the bottom of my heart. SD, one possible future is that the brain teasers who exited Russia is invited to Ukraine as new citizens to rebuild. Well, SD, you'd be surprised, some things I don't want to talk about, but you'd be surprised how close you are to the truth. Let's put it this way. My qualifications are very required in Ukraine. Damien De Silva, wishing you a happier, healthy, and prosperous 2023 for you and your family. My friend Carthago is on fire. TikTok. Yes, I am on fire. I have more messages than time. Okay. You can trust me on that. I am on fire. And I'm just getting started, my friend. Michael Milkovitz, wow, my friend, thank you so much. Wish everyone has a great year. Thank you. I wish you recovery. I wish you help. We pray every single day for you. Um, I don't know what else I can do, but my friend, please get well. You are a great guy. Just get well. Riviere, 1862, from New Brunswick. Is it New Brunswick? Oh, I forgot a bit. East of Quebec. New Brunswick or Nova Scotia. Anyway, Constantine, all I can say is thank you. We love you right back. Much love always. Thank you so much, my friend. I forgot the name, but I know where on the map you're from now, not from Quebec. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to have you as part of the community. Thank you so much. Snuggle Bunny, greetings from Eric in Maryland. Thank you, Eric. Great to have you. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, and for helping, supporting. Thank you. I see lots of good wishes in the stream and hearts. Thank you, my friends. I would like to stress again that one of the reasons that I think, mentally normal, mentally safe is you. Because without you, it would be so difficult. I don't know how other people pull it off. They don't have this such support group as you are, because this is the community, but you're supporting me with words, with just being there and watching. When I look and I see that a few thousand people watching me and they don't leave, they keep on watching me. That's therapeutic by itself. I was talking to Natasha, my wife, and then she acknowledges, she says the same thing. It's even therapeutic to her than people watch me. Imagine that. I just don't know how that people just pulling it off by themselves on their own. It must be so difficult. Pamela J, God will provide. And you taught me lots of stuff about Russia, so that's good too. Pamela, thank you so much. You've been always here every single day you show up. Thank you so very much. Guy L, do you think that you were stuck in a day-to-day life at the time, or has this event made you realize that you have a bigger role in the world? Um, I think it's kind of the same thing, no? This event has definitely made me realize that I have a bigger role in this world. Because before that, I was, like I said, I was a leader for my family. At work, in my circle of friends, colleagues, that's it. But this event, tragic on one side, on another side, it has helped me to realize that I have a bigger role. I have a mission. If you go back and watch the manifesto I made, I feel like I'm on a mission. On a mission to make this world a better place. I can't say that I'll fix everything, but you know what? I'm taking one step at a time, and I'm trying to help one person at a time. And people pile up, or mount. How do you say that? Like add up. And all of a sudden, you look around and you have 20 people around you who you've helped, and they have helped you. And this is something is born out of nothing, out of thin air. You know what I mean? Just like this Ukrainian people who join us. I was trying to reach out, and I did efforts, one after another, and one paid up. One person said, okay, we'll meet you. And we met and we had nice conversation. We enjoyed. I saw that there's no hate towards Russians. Understanding when they feel that we understand how they feel, when they feel that we don't support what Russia has done to Ukraine, they change their attitude, okay? And that was step number one. Then I invited them to my house. We streamed. Next morning, they showed up to the club, and they actually liked the atmosphere. They were welcomed by the Russians. And now we have 4 more people. That's how things happening, step by step, stepping stones, you know. Oh, yeah. So, Guy, I'm sorry, I kind of got carried away. Yes, this event has made me not just realize, but has made me feel that I have a better role in this world, okay? And that's much bigger than what I used to do, just being an executive in a company, working day-to-day job and leading day-to-day life. Gosh, now it's just insane. It's like so turbulent. It's so... Marie Schwab, I'm retired, but God will always help me to pay it forward. Love you and your family. Thank you so much. I don't recall your name in the comments, but thank you. I will remember it. Mary or Marie, I'm not sure how to write. Thanks for the support and thanks for sending the words. You know, money is great. Money is needed and appreciated. But the words that you send along, they're absolutely priceless. Thank you. Matt Wall, thank you for your message. No message, but 10 pounds as message is pretty strong enough. John Wakamatsu from Los Angeles, stay strong and have to go. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thanks for showing up. And, have nice tea because of the tea fund that you help to supply. Thank you. This one is to you. Have you noticed how I become silent in drinking tea? I used to slurp, but now it's in and out, like tea ninja. Jason Carney has just given sponsorship to 5 people of Inside Russia. Thank you, Jason. Again, you've been a tremendous champion of super chats and support. Thank you. Inside Russia and the other chat, Exploring Krasnodar from Lorna. Is it on? Hang on. I'll try to. Technical difficulties, Lorna, done and done. There you go. So no more Krasnodar chat. I was trying to start by accident, probably started the new one. Okay, Blackad. I missed the other message. Wanda, thank you so much. Konstantin, so special on Belarus last night, and I was afraid it doesn't do it. It doesn't do any of us good to be afraid, only doing something. God bless you and yours. Thank you. Wanda, we are all in trouble. In Russia, in Belarus, in Ukraine. Things are happening. There's no logic or common sense behind them. There are interests of certain people, and those interests can be based on things that I don't understand. It can be based on craziness of some person or people, It can be based on a revenge or something like that. But you know what? This shall pass too. I believe that this will end. God cannot let it keep on happening for a long time. I pray to God. I take my steps the way I see possible, the way I see necessary, the way I see real, and I try to, you know, speed up um, this the end of the bloodshed, and this is the best I can do. So don't be afraid, because if being afraid doesn't do us any good. That's for sure. Lorraine Proznovsky, the usual suspect. Thank you so much for your support, and thanks for showing up and being here. You're a great part of the community. Thank you, Lorraine. X Flying Tiger. Two people from Lake Shasta. I know you by name, but we want you to know that we're happy to be here with you and the rest of people who gather here. We wish you a better world in 2023. There will be a better world. I know there will be a better place. There will be the end to the bloodshed. It cannot continue. My friends, thank you so much for showing up. You're great. Thank you. Coffee Cake from Germany. Happy New Year to you and your family and friends. Let your dreams come true. Hug from Frankfurt on Main. Thank you so much. Danke schön. I see Lorna's message above. I'm seeing it now. I ended the stream. Thank you. I was just reading the messages in the super chats. Bruna Condor, Konstantin, I want to thank you for all the work. Well, my pleasure. Thank you. You helped many people, including me. For some reason, I'm feeling home and in good company here. Thank you all from Belgium. Bruno, this is how I'm feeling too. Every time I go in front of the camera, I go live, I speak, I deliver the message, I turn on the comments, and I see lots of you writing. Some people challenge me, and that's okay. Some people disagree, and that's also okay, you know. But I feel at home. I feel I am among tons of friends and supporters, and this is heartwarming. So I'm really glad that I'm not the only one feeling this way. This is fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lisa, I am so sorry that you're in a family and so many others have had their lives upended due to the actions of one person. I don't think it's the actions of one person. I think it's 5, 6 people who are around him. That's, but we could say that's one person. You haven't inspired me with your messages. I pray for you and everyone affected. Well, Lisa, first of all, I'm praying for you and your family, son and husband. Thank you so much for always being here. Thank you for messages. Thank you for the support. A very interesting observation, and it's really happening right now. For the past 2 weeks, you see, before for breakfast they were all like always new people, but now it's like offline community of like a bunch of friends, basically buddies, friends. We show up every day. We know each other's story. We have met each other like for 30 days, not 30, 90 days in a row, like 70, 80 days in a row. We're like friends. New people come, and to a lot of us, it seems like this event had to devastate us, had to break us. But a lot of people using this event as a new start, a fresh start, saying, "Oh, we always wanted to explore and like to go and live in other countries. We always wanted to explore other opportunities. We always wanted to do this and that, and they're doing it. They're doing it. And they definitely, it's a loss to Russia because fantastic people here. I have not seen one lazy, indecent person, okay? Families, professionals, hard workers, you just name it. Lost to Russia, gain to countries that will take them in the future. Gain to Uzbekistan. Some are staying here in Uzbekistan. So to us, a lot of us, it's like new beginning. Artistic Wolf. My life has led me to become very biased against Russians, only mocked, beaten up, and stolen from by your people. But I'm grateful you try to change minds. Mocked, beaten up, and stolen from by your people. Artistic Wolf, which country are you at? Please let me know. I'm very sorry that you feel this way against Russians. Russians are different, A lot of Russians are like what you just described, but some are good ones. I'm very, very sorry. Thank you for your help and thanks for the message. I hope that from now on you will meet the good Russians. And let me tell you, there are many, many of those too. This support from Katerina S., Czech Republic. Dear Konstantin, from the bottom of my heart, I wish to you kids, your lovely Natasha, and to you all the best. You're so much right about your mission. There is a bright future for your family. Thank you. Happy New Year from Czechoslovakia. Czechia. I'm sorry. Slip of the tongue. From my childhood, from Czechia, of course. Thank you so much, Katerina. I remember our private streams. Back in the summer, when there were just a few people, when I was doing the streams for patrons and for sponsors. Great conversations. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being a member of a community. Thank you for everything. Every time I keep on saying that, but it's just every time I see someone reaching out from Czech Republic, from Slovakia, from Hungary, from the Baltic states, Poland, it really warms my heart. And especially when I have someone like you who are here on a regular basis, that's heartwarming. That makes me grow wings behind the back, because despite a whole troubled past between our countries, you don't give up on me. You keep on coming back and watching. This is just I don't know what to say. Thank you. Isabel Lego, thank you so much. Love to you, Natasha, Michael, and the girls. God bless you all and you mods. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Angela McNaught, may I thank you for the live streams. Very informative. Very happy new year. For 2023, let's pray that peace reigns for the whole planet, not just Ukraine. We'll pray for that today. Oi, this name I'm gonna have a really hard time with. Singamagedy. Thank you so much. You're the kindest person I know. I doubt I'm the kindest person, but thank you so much. Patrick Volpe, wish so many uncertainty and darkness. With so much uncertainty and darkness around, you help and bring peace to a lot of people. God bless you. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for Wonderful words. Money is appreciated, but the words are priceless. Diana Smith, this year has been a dark and confusing place for the whole world, thanks to Russia. Yeah. You're doing great. Just keep following the path. Thank you. Diana, you see, now I see that there's a path. Before I didn't. Before I was feeling like I'm thrown back and forth in a huge storm. Um, you know, you were saying that it's been a dark and confusing place for the whole world, and you're right. But you know what? It's confusing and it's dark and it's tragic because of actions of my country. It makes me feel very, very bad. Not bad is not the word. It makes me feel devastated. I feel betrayed. This is the right word. I feel betrayed by the country. And there are so many times it betrayed me this year. It betrayed when it attacked Ukraine. It's taken my tax dollars and started killing Ukrainians with it. It betrayed when it started, bombing infrastructure and energy infrastructure of Ukraine, and openly saying, "Hey, you know what? We just want as many people to suffer as possible." That's a betrayal. It betrayed when it started saying, "Hey, you know what? You should be ready to be mobilized and go and fight Ukrainians." It basically chewed me up and spit me out. I also consider that a betrayal. You know, it hurts so much when your country betrays you. It just anyway, I at times I think I'm over it, but I won't be over it for a long, long time because I keep on thinking about that sometimes, and it just see. Uh, just to give you a little understanding on how I feel, it's a roller coaster, emotional roller coaster. I've been very stable emotionally throughout my life until recently. And you hear a bad news and you wake up and you just feel terrible, absolutely terrible. And you start thinking about that. The more you think, the worse you feel. Sometimes the most horrific news come like bombing of a shopping center or a massive strike on the entire Ukraine by Russian rockets. And then there's just, you just want to lay down and crawl under the pillow and like cover your ears and not to think about anything. Uh, that's terrible. Couple things I constantly are having in my mind, and like in front of my eyes. It's two mothers are screaming because their kids were killed in Ukraine, and this is like the most horrific thing I've ever heard. And once I started hearing that, I wanted to shut it off and just cover my ears again and not watch it, not listen to it. But you know what? I did listen, and it's a reminder to me of the tragedy the depth of the tragedy that is happening. And you know what? I think that every single Russian needs to be placed in front of a TV and needs to be shown the what I saw on YouTube. Actually, couple instances, and they need to be made to see that and to hear that, because not one decent, sane person cannot be not affected by after watching that. That might realize Russians like what the country has been doing. So it's when you hear that news, the roller coaster goes you right down all the way, and just it slams you so hard. The how you feel inside is incredible. I can't even describe that. But then there are good days. There are good days when there are no bad news like that, and there are some actually some good news. Something happens. Um, it's also, a roller coaster that kind of brings you up, and then something happens, takes you down again, it slams you. And that's how my life has been for the past few months. Up and down, up and down. Grace Philosophy. Oh, so great to see you. Thank you, my friend. I managed to catch the live stream late, but I caught it. I'm wishing you and your precious family, all your loved ones, and Happy New Year. I hope 2023 comes with peace. All my love to you and my family. Hugs. Thank you so much. Hugs are very well accepted, and I'm hugging you back. Thank you. Your, attention, your letters, your prayers have been absolutely incredibly precious. Thank you so much. Person whose name I really have hard time pronouncing. Chiu Photography. Thank you so very much. I saw a couple. Well, I saw a message in the Patreon, I think, and I saw super chat, super sticker, or super thanks in the comment. Thank you so very much. Thank you. You didn't send message this time, but your message is very strong. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, a couple more questions, not from super chats, but from the chat. Camille S. Activist does not have an easy life in Russia. They end up in Duma or work camp. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Well, I'm not in Russia anymore. John Knox, did you see the map on the website of the president of Russia? Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, Kherson were all missing and not highlighted. Only Crimea was shown part of the Russian Federation. No, I actually did not see that, and I am going to look at it because you know what? Another betrayal of my country is that how double-faced it is. You see, they just made a law that forbids, that makes it illegal not to include those provinces into the Russian map. In other words, if you draw a map without these provinces as part of Russia, you committing crime, felony, and it's punishable by a lengthy number of years behind the bars. And then what you're saying is atrocious. I'm gonna check and I'm gonna see. And I don't understand how this work, right? They say one hand does one thing, another hand does another thing. It's incredible. Vladimir Putin himself says, well, you know what, this war. He says it's a war. And nothing happens. He's not charged with anything, although some people have been placed behind the bars for speaking about that and naming things like their own words, war. I feel this is another betrayal, Amir, you have honor, my brother. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Amir. Aranka, howdy. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. God's blessing on your tremendous work of building a bridge between people. Well, this is not tremendous. This is just a small work. This is first steps, okay? It's not big, but I'm making efforts. I'm taking step by step, and I feel like God is helping me. So it might be bigger, and I hope it will be bigger. I'll do everything for it to become bigger in 2023, but still, it's not that large, Thank you so very much. Miss Wendy, I've been with Inside Russia where it was only 2,000 subscribers. Those were the days, huh? I was just walking around showing Russia how wonderful Russia was, Russian sites, places I loved, and By the way, tomorrow uh, I want to make a live stream. We're going to celebrate New Year again. Well, another year we're Russians. We celebrate it. In Tashkent this time, our family has shrunk. Still have family, the same family, but it's in Rostov mostly. But we have distant family here in Tashkent. They also came from Russia. They're also escapees, and they're coming over here tomorrow. And I would like to stream. Um, Gives you something different. So there will be no message. Tomorrow is Saturday, right? So there will be no Patreon sponsor only. That's going to be for everyone. So you're welcome to come and see how we try to bring happiness, a little bit of happiness into our lives and celebrate. Just one difference between last year, I will not be watching Putin speak. It's a tradition. Russian president, no matter who, always speaks minutes before midnight on 31st of December, wishing Russians well. And I always watched it. I will not watch it. Rudy, please consider taking the message portion of the stream into an audio podcast. Rudy and everyone, I've had so many thoughts. Like I'm saying, I have less time than ideas. Writing a book, I'm spitting out page by page. I was thinking that I was hoping I'd be spitting out chapter by chapter, but it's page by page. It's taken very long time. Movie made, filming of half of the movie. 3 couples interviewed. Still, I haven't finished it. Same thing for the podcast. I simply don't have enough time. I don't have only 2 hands. I wish I had 4 hands and 48 hours in a day. I would definitely do that. I know that it can be good podcasts. I simply don't have time to physically set it up and do it. But thank you for suggesting. Thank you. Terry Carter, howdy howdy. Would love to hear everyone is eating lobster rolls. Love lobster. The best lobster rolls are in Maine. Pacific Beach, California. Charlie B's in the house. Depression sucks. Yeah, it does. It sure does. Guy L. Dramatic event has altered your life and made opportunity you would never have dreamed of. You are no longer a cog in the system. You're right. Yes, you are absolutely right. Brian, new stream title, The Russian Missionary. That would be so. I'm not Russian missionary. I'm just a regular Joe, regular Constantine. I'm far from the missionary. A plus Russian, did you say voila or Oля? I say voila, but now I'm saying Oля. Okay. Thank you for your story. By the way, this is the last chance for you to watch my Leaving Russia interview this year. I promise I'll watch it right after the stream. Okay. Hi, friends. I keep rather silent tonight, Sophie, but I'm slow mode. Thanks, Constantine. Thank you so very much for Sophie for just being with us. Keep on coming back. Guy L, did you? All right, Sophie, please pray for. Outlander and family. Yeah, got it. Angela McNaw, I'm new to chat, but I've been watching for about a year now. Well, before February 24th. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you. Trevor Walker, Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Trevor. Happy New Year to you. I wish that New Year will bring. It'll be better than this one. That I wish that 2023 will be better than 2022 for you and your family. May this be a good year for all of us. Back in the days, I had a way to make a wish for the Russians who would tell me, Happy New Year. I would say, Happy New Year. I wish that next year will be the best out of all years that you have had and the worst out of the years that we will follow after that. So I'm not sure if you understood that or not, but Riviere, hey, send me some of that lobster roll that you're gonna have. Paul Beans, howdy, howdy. Have a wonderful New Year celebration. Hope you're doing well. Cheers. Hello, Paul. We keep on praying for you. I hope you're feeling better. Multi-decky. Putin can let speak one of his doubles. You know what? Honestly, I don't care if it's gonna be him speaking or one of his doubles or a computer generated image or whatever. I just have no desire to listen just whatsoever. Roger Rance, thank you. Thank you so much. Time is up, says the Nightbot. I know. Kind of the last stream of the year. Oi, my friends. Couple more questions and we'll wrap it up. What time you start tomorrow? I'm thinking of starting a little before midnight, perhaps half an hour, something like that. Mods, don't worry too much about, let's modding every word and stuff like that. So don't worry. We'll see how the chat goes. Anyway, we'll discuss that tomorrow. But I start streaming at 1 a.m. here in Tashkent. So tomorrow it'll be probably 1.5 hours or 2 hours before my usual stream. Whatever time is at your place. This is when I'm going to do it. And it's not going to be a huge 6-hour stream. It's probably going to be, a couple hours, hour and a half, something like that. Most likely a couple hours. I'll just give you a little peek inside of our lives, what we do for New Year. It's going to be a little different than last year because back then it was Rostov, it was our house, it was our family, extended family. This time, fewer people. Perhaps a couple more people show up for New Year. I have a couple ideas, but I'm not going to talk about them right now. You will learn. You will find out tomorrow. Dave Trains. Howdy. Okay, so let's do the last question. Steve Morris, thank you so much for the super chat. £2. Thank you. Every pound counts, by the way. Diana Smith, it's natural that you feel betrayed by your country. Has been the source of this darkness. For me, the fear comes from autocracy. It can emerge anywhere unless we choose to stop it. Don't make our mistakes. Learn from them. Now, don't make your own mistakes. Learn from our mistakes. Don't let autocracy to emerge. That's not good. Trust me. I've been there before. I've done that. Didn't like it. My friends, thank you so much for joining the last stream of the year. Tomorrow is going to be just kind of celebration. Thank you. It's been really, like I said, it's been a very strange year. It's been horrific. And at the same time, it's been hopeful. And for another time, I'd like to say thank you so very much, all of you, for giving me a chance every single day, for coming, listening to me, watching to me, conversing with me, asking questions, supporting. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much. Let's pray. Let's finish up our stream with a prayer again. Dear Lord, thank you so much for giving us this life, this day, this week, and this year for this matter. Thank you for putting food on our tables. Thank you for putting roofs over our heads. Thank you for surrounding us with loved ones and with people who we love. Help our children. Keep them healthy and safe, because that's the most important thing in our lives, so that our children are safe and healthy. Give us wisdom to raise them the way that they become righteous, that become better people than us. They will make this world a better place. Thank you for that. I would like to ask you for quite a few things today. And thing number one is, this most important thing is, please help stop the bloodshed in Ukraine. This tragedy has been happening for way too long, and it's absolutely unnecessary. And so many people have been affected and died. Please help everyone. The ones who died, take them into your kingdom. And the ones who have been affected, please help them in the way that you know how to help them. Reach out and talk to people. Whisper truth to the ears, to the people who have been responsible for these tragic events. Please touch them in a way that you know how to touch, so they make the decision to stop the bloodshed, and it's stopped. Please help everyone who has been helping Ukrainians. Please help everyone who is without electricity, without food, without shelter, without warmth in their homes in Ukraine. Please help those people. Please help my country. Send the army of strongest angels with sharpest swords, led by Saint Michael, to get rid of the demons that have hijacked my country. Make it run by the angels. Make it righteous again, peaceful again, good again. Dear God, we need peace. We need peaceful skies above us. We need not fear nuclear war. We need not fear that the rockets will fly and destroy our homes and kill our loved ones. We need not fear that. Please, don't let that happen. Help us to be peaceful. Send everyone peace. Make 2023 a good year for all of us. Make it a breaking point where all bad, all wars, all conflicts, all evil is left behind, and the goodness will happen, will come in with 2023. Please help everyone who's traveling. Send safe travels. Help everyone who is running away from evil, asking for asylum. Please send help. Send good people. The ones who are hungry, please send them food. The ones who are homeless, send them shelter. The ones who feel lonely and lost, send them faith. The ones who are sick, send them recovery, please. The ones who are feeling lost, lonely, without loved ones who surround them, please send them love. Thank you for lessons that we learned, that I learned in this year, in 2022. Thank you for opening new doors for me and for many other people. Thank you for showing us new ways, new paths, how we can make this world a better place. And please help us on the way of doing so. Thank you so much for helping us to create this incredible community. There are so many people who come together every day and watch and converse and pray. Thank you for that. Without your help, that would not be possible. Please keep on helping everyone in this community, in this chat. Please help everyone who is praying right now or watching us pray. Make everyone's wish come true and have everyone's prayer heard and answered. I would like to mention a few people who need your help. They are Shirley and Debbie. Shirley needs recovery and Debbie needs strength and love sent her way. Jen Allen, please help with depression. May the soul of Trent Davis rest in peace. Please help Finola. Please help Lisa's son and husband. Lars Henrik's mother, the highwayman. Please help Essie from the Scottish Isles. Please help Outlander and family. Please help Elena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Bonnie, Galina, Igor, Jamie, Michael Milkovitz, who needs recovery, definitely needs your help. Marlene, Paul Bins, Rudy Kaisley. Send Rudy recovery, the right people, the right doctors, the right medicine, and surround them with love, please. Richard, Mallory M., Dirk Misler, James Rhodes, Terry, Brittany S., Lars Henrik, Hannah and her children, Richard Burris, Ian, Angelic at Life, N2K, Scan Family's grandson, Grace, Barb, Randolph, Nelly, Arkady, Yuri, and everyone in Mykolaiv, Ukraine, Harry's family, Brian McManus, Berlinda's niece, Doug, Rafaela From, Anna, Priscilla, Michelin, King Nero, Gaby Hyman, Donald, Deborah, Jade, Allison, Dave Moyers, Terry Scrogg, Janice Burgess, Maureen M. and her sister, Mr. Hanson, Heidi, Bob, Tony, Kayleen, Rob, Umel, Jennifer, Matt, Ashley and family, Mr. Dean Spooner and his church called Our Survivor Lutheran Church, Lisa Kumrian, please give her strength and support and you love. Jacob, Adam Oliver, Treasure, Kyle's wife, Grace Philosophy, our dear friend Maggie, Carmen's sister, Vladislav and his father Sergey, Susie Myler, Gina and her husband Wayfarer, EMS paramedic Liz, Karen from Maine with her pains, Lori Miles' husband, Sherry, Layla, Philip's mom. Also would like to ask for few very special children. They need recovery. They need your help, your love, and you care. Them and their families too. They are Cadence, Maverick, Sebastian, Coulter, Theo, and Muddy. And I want to ask for all children who need your help from Ukraine and Russia. Thank you for giving us this year. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for eye openings. Thank you for new opportunities. Please forgive us for our sins in this year and give us good upcoming 2023. Thank you so much, dear Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. My friends, incredible time with you every time. Incredible time today. Thank you so very much. I'm touched. I'm very touched. Wrapping up this year, but there will be much going on in next year starting January 1st. So there will be no break. Thank you so very much. Couple more super chats I see from Blackad. I ended that Krasnodar chat already. And from Janet Pope, thank you so very much. You are all awesome and you absolutely rock. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow at the celebration stream, New Year celebration. And today, Carthago delenda est.